Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to join me again today. I'm starting a new project and I thought I would just bring you along with me. So this journal is going to be using Bourbon Rose from Amy at Crafty Cat USA. And I've had it printed a while, but just not got round to using it. So I'm using it now. I've got a couple of things that I've made in anticipation when I've been doing other things. So I've just made a couple of journaling cards. Um, these I cut a frame out of a masterboard that I'd done and then put the images behind. So these images are all Amy's, and then this one was just I think it's a Tim Holtz frame, and I just put a couple of the Tim Holtz people in it. So I've got them kind of in my bag of things I've got ready to use, and I'd already printed out the CD cases, and I do mine 2 to a page because this is a tall skinny journal kit. So the normal size CD cases are too big, but the smaller ones you can kind of fit. I do 3 to a page, or you can do what you like with them. So I've got them printed out ready. So they're just kind of, I've just been playing with things, I think. So I'll just put them over to the side. So what I wanted to do was just put my papers together and kind of get a feel for where the journal's going with me. And I've just gone all hot, so excuse me while I just take my jacket off. Okay, let's get the sleeves rolled up. So I have got a piece of fabric that I'm thinking of using for the cover. This has all sorts of different roses on it, and I think it's just a really pretty fabric. So I'm kind of thinking that I might use this, but I'm not sure. I love that pink rose, if I could get that in it. So I might play with that once I know what sort of size I need. So the papers, they are beautiful papers, and I've printed on the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with what I've printed on the backs. I'll get a better feel for it as I'm going through. But I have printed on all the backs of these. So what I'm going to do to start with is I am just going to get them folded. Size wise, Amy's kits are USA size, so in the UK they do print slightly smaller, but this is just over 4 inches. It's a tad short of 4¼ The way that I print the US kits in the long, tall, skinny ones is I do it on borderless, which gives you the full size of the A4 paper, but then I shrink to fit, which shrinks it lengthwise, not widthwise. So I still get the full width of the A4 paper, but not quite as tall. So I don't know how tall this has come actually. 10¾ So that's what's full size is something like 11½. So it is that bit shorter. So that's the way that I do mine in the UK, and I've printed these on Navigator presentation paper, which is what I prefer to use if I am printing kit pages, because I think it's 120 GSM, so it's just that little bit stronger. And if you're adding flips and things, the heavier weight paper, or the 120 GSM or even 100 GSM, just gives your kit page that little bit of strength. If you put in a flip or something on it, I would hate for a page to tear. So I'm just folding all of these papers, and I think I've backed them all in Amy's. I wasn't sure whether to put this in the middle, so I'm thinking I might put that one in the middle. So I'm going to fold that the opposite way and just keep it a little bit separate from the others. But I don't know if I'm going to or not. It's one of those undecided days until you get going. So the papers, or the images that I've put on the backs, I'll tell you where I got them from if I can remember. It's not always that easy. And I need to think about something that I want towards the front. They are lovely. So I know this is from, I think it's Antique Posy, and that is just gorgeous paper. That's the Alaskan wallpapers. And I think Amy has used some of the Alaskan wallpapers in this. I can see it at the background there. That's her Peel Paint and Roses. So I am literally just going to put these together in no specific order at all, because I know I will end up shuffling them about. That's her buttons kit. Buttons? I can't remember. I'll try and list the kits below. I can't, I know I wouldn't remember all of them. I think that's from her Easter bonnet kit. Now there were some pages that I thought might look nice together. That's a Peel Paint and Roses. It was this, I think it was this page that I was unsure about the colour of, because it's more vibrant than the others, but it does match the colour of that rose. So if it was to be next to one of those pages that had that, with nothing in between it, then I think it would work well. That's more of a blue. I quite like that page next to what it's next to anyway. Quite like the way that they're working, so I'm going to leave that next to it, because I think that rose just, the other one would be that, but I don't think that goes because it's got the blue, and I like that next to there. So I am going to do it like that, and I will put that one in the middle, but then I don't want those two next to each other. It is difficult, isn't it? Because there's going to be something in between it, Carol, so stop faffing. And actually that picks out that colour. So I think I might like that in the centre. And as I say, that's her Alaskan wallpaper. So I didn't even count how many pages that was. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, quite like that there, you know. I prefer that one. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got 12 pages there. I have other papers that I think I would like to use. I've got all sorts around me that I've pulled out, but I have got a couple of pieces of wallpaper, vintage wallpaper, and I was kind of thinking that I like both of these. So I'm kind of thinking I might like one to be the front of the signature, and I quite like this. It's kind of a shiny gold, old gold colour, so I'm kind of thinking that that might be quite nice. I don't know how strong it is, and I think it is. I don't think it'll crack. It's not cracking, so I think that might be nice as the front. So obviously I need to cut it down because it's obviously longer than my other papers, but I'm not cutting anything down right now. So I quite like that as being the first anchor page, if you like, of the signature. So I might use that one. I've got some avocado dyed paper that I've done a while ago, so I might pick a couple of those. Some have got little patterns on, so I might pick a couple of those. I'm just going to drop everything on the floor behind me. That is a pretty one. I've got quite a lot of nice colouring in that. So that if I do that, that's 13 in there, isn't it? So if I use both of these, that would be 15. I might need to take one of the kit pages out. I wanted to put, I've got the Sears and Roebuck book replica catalogue, and I just loved these. That's got like all the images of different lace, different dress trims and umbrellas, and I just thought that might be nice to use, because I think the ladies in the photos are very fashion conscious. 13, 14, 15, 16. Might be able to put 2 of those in, I'm not sure. I've got a book with some roses in that I thought might be nice. Just wondering which way I could put it the right way up, and it would just be a bit smaller. That might be not quite nice to do, actually. How wide does that? Bearing in mind they're all about 4. So I'm thinking, dangerous I know, but I'm kind of thinking that that might be nice, and then that could be a flip, couldn't it? So that might be nice. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've got a page of, my mind's escaped me, ledger paper. That might be quite nice to use. And then I might fold that up so that it's a pocket rather than cut it. I've got some music paper that might be quite nice as well. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Although these papers are very, very thin. So that's 19 pages. I often put 20 pages in. Oh, the other thing I was thinking about was whether to use a bag. Now that's a glassine bag, and it's the tallest one that I've got. Does that count as a page? I don't know. I might put another page of the avocado dye in. I don't know. Really don't know. So let's have a look. Let's have a look where we would put them. I'm tempted to keep these together because I am going to put something on this page, so you're not going to get all of that pink. Where would I like a bag to go? It looks like that little girl's just trying to peek around there, doesn't it? That might be better towards the middle more. It would be easy to get something in and out. I'm going to put that there. I don't think do I want to put anything in between there? I quite like those 2 pages together, so I like all the pages together though when I start, you know. Let's just put them in and see. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Had that there. We've got that girl smelling the roses as well. What's on the back of that? Oh, that works quite well with the greens, doesn't it? So we'll perhaps put that there. We'll have an avocado dye in there. Obviously these papers are too big, too long. I quite like those 2 papers together, so I might leave them. Put some ledger paper just there. I like all the pages together. How many more have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Quite like those 2 together actually. When did I leave some more together? Those 2. So I might leave those 2 papers together. Although I do like that as well. Isn't this beautiful? I think this is from the Antique Posy as well. I'm going to put the avocado dye paper in there. they look nice together as well. Because I'm going to put things on here, aren't I? So let me just do a quick body count, so to speak. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, if I don't count the paper bag. The other thing that I was thinking of doing, see, I had this bag as well. I wasn't sure which to put in. But the other thing that I was thinking of doing, and I don't know where I've put it, I've got so much stuff printed out. I've printed out a lot, oh, they're the ones. Quite a few of Amy's papers that I thought might go with it. That is from the kit anyway, but I've printed out all sorts that I think of Amy's might go. And I was wondering if I could make a couple of pockets out of a couple of pages. I'm just wondering what, oh, that must go that way up because then the writing's the right way. So I was wondering whether I could make a pocket out of this to go one side and maybe an advert pocket on the other. And I think I might just try it. I might just try it and see what it's going to look like. So if I look, they don't overhang each other too badly. So if I do something that's going to be less than 4 inches, see, I don't know where to start now, do I? Sorry, I'm just looking for my little scoreboard. One moment, I've lost it. Hang on. No, it really has gone walkabout for sure this time. Honestly, I've lifted everything. Honest, Mum, I have looked properly. I've lifted everything that was on my desk and I can't find a thing. Can't find it. Oh dear. Oh, so that's okay. That is okay. I'll just have to have wonky folds, I think. Isn't it annoying when you know you've got something and you never have it off your desk? Those flipping gremlins, I tell you. I've obviously lifted it up with something and put it away. Oh well, stop looking, Carol. Right, so if I want this to be a pocket, that's the bit that you would see first. I could do with folding it. That's going to be too wide. So what I'm trying to do is make a pocket that will go over the other side, go through the journal, one side to the other. So if I must to measure this 4 inches, so I'm going to make this about 3.5. So I don't want this to be much more than 3.5 wide. So that would go there like that. And be a pocket, and then the other one would go through the other side. So I am going to cut off more than I think I need. Which was the other paper? Do you know, trying to do myself a serious video here. So if that was to go there like that, and that would be a pocket also. This is the bit where it would go in there. So it would go like that. So you'd have that as a pocket that would flip through to the other side. And this would be a pocket. And I think that might work. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up. And this is going to be the wonkiest pocket ever created. You know what will happen when I switch the video off is I'll turn my back and I'll turn back round and my scoreboard will be there in front of me. And it'll be like, well, I don't know why you couldn't see me. It's just annoying. Right, so I'm just cutting off the bits that I know I don't need. So that's going to be the top. So I'm not, and that's going to be the top. And that is going to be just a little bit over because I think what I'm going to try and do is join the two pages. Okay, so you know, if this works, it'll be an absolute miracle, and I'll patent it as this is what I did. Oh, yes, I am doing that the right way up. I thought I'd got that upside down then. So that's going to be a pocket. So I don't need these on both sides. So I am going to cut one of those off. Oh, that's really wonky, Carol. So this video, obviously I'm not going to get an awful lot done, but at least you'll see the way that my mind works. So that's going to fold up there, and that is going to become a pocket on there. And that is a terrible, terrible cut on there. Still wonky. Okay, that should do. So that is going to be a pocket like that. And this bit is going to go over the other side. And so on this one, I hope I'm in screen. Sorry, I'm that busy concentrating. I'm not even looking to see what's in screen and what isn't. So that is going to go on there, like so. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up to be the same size as this pocket. So I'm going to, I need to fold at the top, don't I? And then I'm going to fold at the bottom, so about there. Like so, only because it's a bit easier, I think, if we've got two pockets that are roughly the same size. That is going to stick, it's going to stick on there. Let me just switch you off and just think this through 1 minute. I can't get my head around it. I'm just confusing myself completely and utterly. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as if it was another pocket. And then I'm just going to join them up. So I know I want it to be a pocket. I'm going to take away the excess, the same as I would normally. That is going to be a pocket on that side, so that bit is what's going to join the two together, and so I can take off that bit there. There must be an easy way to do this, and I'm sure that somebody out there will say, Carol, if you'd done it like this, your life would have been so much easier. And I'll say, thanks, appreciate that. Things are always easier when you make them the second time as well. Have I switched you back on? Oh yes. Whew. Okay, so that's the top. So that is the top. And that is going to attach on there, so I don't need that bottom bit. And I might need to take more off there. I can take that bit off there as well, because we don't need that bit, because we've got the flap on this side, this side. Okay. So then I think that what I'm going to do is, if I attach that there, the worst that can happen is I am going to reprint the papers. So I'm going to add that on there like that. So I'm going to put some glue on here. And down this edge. Because I'm thinking if I've got the two joined together, I'll be able to see what I'm messing about at better. Not convinced, I have to say. I've put that on the wrong side. I've put the glue, I want the glue on the front side, don't I? No, I don't. Yes, I do. I want the glue on the front. Gosh, how many times can you turn a piece of paper and look as if you know what you're doing? So that is going to match at the top, and it's going to go on there like that. And then that is going to fold over and become a pocket. Okay, so that is going to be pocket number 1. And that is going to be pocket number 2. And then there'll be a little bit in the middle. Oh gosh, this was not a good way to do this at all. So that is that pocket. That is that pocket there. Okay, that is that pocket. And so this one, and that is the crease that's going to be the middle of the journal there. And so on here, I want this bit, I'm getting there folks, to just tuck under there. So let me cut that off. Tell you, there will have been a much easier way to join two together. I've gone about it completely the balmy bonkers way. Tell you that for nothing. That's going to go on there like that. And then that is going to attach down there like that. And then that is going to fold like, just like that. So that we have a pocket there and we have a pocket there. So let's see what that looks like in the journal, shall we? And then I'm going to go and sit myself in a dark corner and think how I could have done this easier. So that would be, not necessarily on that one because we don't want the lady's head peeking above it, do we? But it would kind of be on there like that. So that's a pocket and that bit tucks through there. So that's a pocket just there. Then it flips open. And then when we get to the other side, we've got, oh, I quite like it on there. We've got a pocket just there. And that will be over like that on there. I like that. And it does work. It does work. I just need to trim it a little. So that's what I'm doing, folks. Now I've got myself all confused. That is what I'm doing. So I'm going to work on that because I think it will work if I give it the time and attention it needs. Sorry, I've really confused you probably. But I do like it and I think it works as two double pockets. Just needs to have its creases put in and joining up. So that's going to join there like that. And that's a little bit lower at the bottom there, but that's okay because you're not actually going to see it. So that needs that bit snipping off there. Yeah, I'm just going to glue that so that you can see it finished. That is going to go there and that's going to go there. There we go. So I'm going to glue where I've folded down this crease. I'm going to put some glue. Oh, I don't need that bit there either, do I? That will make it less bulky. Of course I glued that bit, didn't I? Never mind. So I'm going to put some glue on here, down there. And then if we flip it around, we might see what I did. And then that, oopsie, that is going to glue on there like that. Okay. I'll have to go in and just close that, which is fine. I can do that without a problem. Close that pocket. Pocket almost closed. Sorry, that just needs folding up just slightly. There we go. That's fine. And little white bits that show. And then that is going to be sealed down there. So for that, I'm going to put the glue on this side. And then I'm going to leave that a big piece like it is, just because I'm going to leave that like it is. And that will be glued on there like that. Like so. So it's two double pockets, and I know there'll be a much easier way of making it than the way I have. A much easier way. So I'm going to put a snip in this one on this side, and I'm going to put a snip on this one on this side, and I will go around it with the glue and make sure that I've stuck everywhere that needed to be stuck. So for example there, but I will go round and glue it. Okay, now where's that page that I liked? It's on. Whew. Lost it. Where was it, folks? Where did I find it? Am I imagining that I found a page I liked it on? Wasn't that one? I thought it was the one with the green, that one. I thought it was that one. So that will go there like so, and it's a pocket just there. So we've got a pocket that side. If you had a piece of 12 by 12, that would have worked a lot easier, wouldn't it? That will go over like that. And then when you get to the back there, you've got another pocket just there. And I think that looks really nice. And I think I might stitch down that side and on the other side as well, just so that it kind of holds it all together. But I think that does work. Maybe you could let me know what you think. So this is from Amy's Ada kit. Could turn it around. Could have it that way. Could have it that way, couldn't I? Works just the same. I quite like that because then that is next to that. So I think I'm going to do it that way. So this is from, no, the advert one is from Ada, and this one I think is from the Antique Posy. So I'm going to go around this and just check that it is stitched well together, and I'm going to go trim my papers. So when you come back next time, we'll have another look at this, and I won't be able to read your comments on it. Try not to be too rude to me about how I went about making that pocket. I think I made my life very difficult, but it does work. I have made 2 pockets there, and I've joined them in the middle. I'd have probably been better making 2 pockets and then adding a strip of paper between the 2. Who knew? But that's it so far. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And I will be back next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.